Yes, we are here. We just don't know exactly if we're starting at 8 or not here. Well, yeah, I mean, but we don't have umpires, and it's five till.
And William and Mary has not warmed up yet.
I don't know what's going on. They haven't told us anything different, but I wish they'd at least tell us what's happening here. I forgot to tell them. They're still at the hotel right now. One guy's in a hot tub. Hey, Jeff, time to go. Oh, okay. Oh, here we go, Mr. iPhone weather. Thank you very much, Ben. You've just cursed us. That's good. Perfect. Sounds good.
Can you put a couple walks in between the rain clips? Yeah. Good golly.
Marty, you only had 17 walks.
No, we had 20.
No, not according to the final sheet. 12 for William and Mary and 5 for Hofstra. 17.
Umpires just arrived.
Did they?
Well, the scooter's here. Here comes the cart.
Here comes the cart.
No, it is.
Cue the Benny Hill music.
That's how they come.
I guess we will be going here. It looks like Delaware's ready to go out on the field if they just announce it. It's up to Mike Farrow. He's controlling all this right now. Well, Marty just saw them. They're walking up.
Well, I saw the cart.
Well, was there anybody in the cart?
I could only see the driver.
That's right. They're down getting one more beer before they come out. There they are.
There they come. Cue Mike.
There they are, Mike. Here they come. So we're ready. I got that same guy, the police guy. He always walks in everybody in basketball, too. I guess he's the only dude that does this. Yep. Live at Brooks Field on the campus of UNCW. Flow Baseball and the CAA present the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship. It's an elimination game tonight as we've got William and Mary and Delaware. Hi, everybody. Jim Whitmire, Marty Fuhrer, and we are ready to get underway. Marty, this game was, of course, backed up from earlier. Supposed to be played at 3, then they backed it to 4. We've had some weather problems, but we're getting it underway in an elimination game between these two squads who played in the first game of this championship.
So both teams were here. Both teams were sent back to the hotel during the lightning and then the rain delay. And we'll update everybody on the revised schedule going forward as we go through the night.
Henry Jackson is leading off for William and Mary. The pitcher tonight is Ethan Schaub. He is a starter. He started 9 games, 42 innings, 56 hits, 25 runs, 21 earned, 20 walks, and 25 strikeouts. 3-2 on the season. ERA of 4.50. Swing and a miss there, and he strikes out Jackson to get this game underway. The umpires tonight are Randy Rosenberg behind the plate, Brian Marine at first, Greg Walls at second, Jeff Doy at third. So William and Mary played earlier. They played the early game at 11. They had to beat Hofstra, and they did 16-6 in a game that took a while. 3 hours, 40 minutes. Had a lot of baseballs thrown and a lot of walks in that game. So that backed up the start time of what would have been this game. They were hoping to start at 3. Then they backed it up till 4. And then, Marty, we had the weather delays with lightning and rain. Ben Parker, the center fielder, bats now, .335 average. So the third game that was scheduled tonight, the winner's bracket game between UNCW and Charleston, will actually now take place at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And then at 3 o'clock, we'll have the winner of this game against the loser of that game in the elimination game. And then on Sunday now, possibility of 2 games, as we will crown a champion on Sunday. Ball is fouled off, and the count is 2-2.
So after the front comes through, no wind at all to speak of right now. Your dimensions down the line. Again, if you're familiar with this ballpark, 340 to the left, 360 in the gap. As you see the strikeout there, 380 to dead center. And this ballpark, at least right now, will play every inch of it.
This guy is on fire right now. Ethan Schaub, 2 strikeouts. He'll now face Joe De Los Santos, .332 average. He's the player to watch in this game for William and Mary. Had a good game this afternoon earlier. He went 3 for 5, 2 RBIs against Hofstra. Marty, you were here doing that game.
Yeah, and Jim, that was one of the questions we had coming into this one. How sharp would both teams be? Delaware was actually here for about 2 hours almost before that first game was over with how long it was. And then everyone stood around for the delay, but coming out and throwing strikes.
1-1 the count. Defensively, it's Kane in left, Greenlee in center, Graber in right, Lloyd at third, Lesher at short. Dangler is at second, Ludman at first, Leach is the catcher, and Schaub is the pitcher. 1-2 as he tries to strike out the side to get this game underway.
Now that he's ahead of the count, they take the shift off a little bit. Bring the second baseman to the right of the bag.
He got him. Boy, what a job by Schaub. Comes out and strikes out the side in the top of the first. There's no score. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball.
At William and Mary, we strive to be more than we are, and to do more than we've ever done. Here, we do not live in the shadows of the giants of American history that we helped to shape. We stand on their shoulders, reaching higher, looking further, and leading the way forward. To be a place where history happens every day, and to be a university for the bold.
We got London on the track.
Welcome back to Brooksfield. Take a look at the bracket here, updated now. Of course, we've got this game tonight, and then again, the winner's bracket game, top seed Charleston, number 2 UNCW, will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. The winner of that game moves into the championship on Sunday. The loser will play tomorrow afternoon at 3 against the winner of this game. For William & Mary, this is their 4th game of the championship and their 3rd straight elimination game. And there's their starter. This is a young man that's going to be interesting to watch. Hank Lipman, a freshman, 2 starts, but he's only thrown 8 1/3 innings. 16 hits, 21 runs, but only 11 earned. 7 walk and 4 strikeouts. He's got an ERA of 11.88, and teams are batting .364 against him. And Marty, you talked about it because you watched the game earlier and you were here. I mean, when you get to this time of the championship, and again, as I mentioned, this is their 3rd straight elimination game. They're going down in the bullpen here, bringing guys out that maybe you don't normally see a lot of.
Well, I think the good thing for William & Mary, they did not have to go that deep in the bullpen in the first game today, and then then they get the break, and I think if anything else, if one team benefited from that, I think the Tribe benefits by the extended stay between the 2 games.
Bryce Greenlee will lead off, center fielder, .305 average. First pitch is a ball. Defensively, William & Mary looks like this. Joe De Los Santos in left, Ben Parker in center, Christian Rush in right, Trey Chrisman at third, Josiah Seguin at short, Luca Trajani at second, Henry Jackson at first, and Nate Goranson is behind the plate, and that's ball 2 from Lipman. It'll be Greenlee, Ludman, and Loyne for Delaware. That's a strike. 2-1. Again, just underway. Elimination game. Winner moves on. The loser will be finished. 1-2 the count here. Bottom of the first. There's no score. The pitch. Strike again from Lipman. Got an interesting throwing motion there, the way he finishes. 2-2. Just got a piece of that one, fouled it off. And we'll do it again at 2-2.
There's always somebody in every tournament that you really don't know that much about. Either your staff or the other team that steps forward. Lipman a chance here, the freshman, to make that first step today.
3-2 now, full count on Greenlee. Greenlee on the season, 9 homers, 40 RBIs, 60 hits on the season. Lipman ready with the 3-2. Greenlee second team all CAA. Bouncing ball, shortstop. Seguin, he messed up with that, but still able to throw him out. Boy, nice job. He stayed with it, as he had trouble handling it at first, but he throws the runner out at first base.
Nice recovery, 6-3, gets that first batter. That's as important as anything to Lipman right now. Another look for you. And again, this field was covered before the rains hit. They got the tarp on, so it's in great shape. Maybe a little soft in some spots in the outfield, but the infield not affected at all by the weather situation the past couple hours.
Here's Ludman, .261 average, had a home run last night, 16 homers, fouls it off. So nice job by Seguin to stay with that ball and throw out the runner. 1 away, we're in the bottom of the first, just underway. Delaware wearing their black jerseys tonight with the blue and yellow trim, and William & Mary in their forest green with the gold, or I guess you could say yellow trim. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball, base hit, right field. Ludman is on, first hit of the night. Delaware's got a runner at first with 1 out, and Joey Loyne will come to bat.
Stayed back on the ball, drove it in that hole. Get another look for you right here. Just gets it in that first base hole just beyond. First base runner of the night.
Jackson dove as best he could over there at first, but couldn't get to it. So Ludman is on. Usually not a threat to steal. He's, well, in fact, not even attempted one. Loyne to .261, 12 homers, 53 RBIs. Not much wind at all tonight. Actually, it's barely even moving on the flags. That pitch inside, ball one. So, yeah, William & Mary had a long one this earlier today. Started at 11:06. They played 3 hours and 40 minutes, and it was not a chilly day here. 81 felt like close to 90. But then they got the extra break. 1-1 the count. Again, don't forget tomorrow, 11 a.m. That'll be the winner's bracket game, Charleston, UNCW. One of those teams is one win away from moving to the championship on Sunday. 2-1 the count. The pitch. Pops this one way up in the air, right field. Christian Rush will make the catch. There's 2 away. And the one thing these guys are going to have to do tonight, Marty, is for the dugouts, they're going to have to make the noise because we do have fans, but it's just pretty much William & Mary's contingent in Delaware's. It's not like we had last night when UNCW played and we had over 1,000 here.
Yeah, exactly. But both teams know exactly what's on the line. So no 2 outs and the runner on first.
Here's Graber. He's had a couple of home runs in this tournament. 14 homers, 51 RBIs, 311 average. This is a really good hitter. Second team all-conference. First pitch inside. Ooh. He had to make a weird movement there to get out of the way. And, boy, he twisted with his hip. He's kind of holding it. Hopefully he's all right. That was a weird way he had to back off that.
Yeah, you could see him leaning on the bat a little bit.
So the count 1-0. They did check with the third base umpire, Jeff Doy, in case they thought he had maybe broken the plane. Foul ball left side. 1-1. Watch this, Marty. I mean, what he had to do is kind of a weird motion here.
Yeah, he steps in and all of a sudden he has to back up.
Ooh. Yeah, that can hurt. Boy, if that had been you or me, we'd be down for 6 months. Go ahead, you can say it, Marty. I know you'd say me for 6 months. You may be 3. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Outside and high. 2-1. Fourth game as mentioned for William & Mary. Their 3rd straight elimination game. 2-1. Boy, again, he had to make that move. 3-1. Well, if his hip was hurting earlier, it's hurting even more again.
Yeah, Lippman struggling with control with that fastball. It's almost like his landing spot on the mound he's not comfortable with right now.
3-1. Runner on first. 2 outs. Swing and a miss there. 3-2.
So the Hens will start the runner. With that, William & Mary plays back at first.
So big moment here for, again, Graber, who's had 2 homers already in this tournament.
Huge
There's
lead.
the pitch. Ooh, big swing there. Fouled it off. Yeah, it's an advantage for Ludman to be able to get this running start here.
You know, sometimes teams, especially early on, will still hold that runner on just so he doesn't get that walking lead. Any ball through the infield, he'll be at third.
So we'll do it again. Hank Lippman, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Graber back in. There goes Ludman. Oh, that time he hit him. My goodness gracious. First and second. Well, if Graber's, as I said, hip was hurting, it's going to hurt even more now. The way he's twisted now 3 different times. That'll bring up Chris Dangler, the second baseman. Take a look at this, Marty.
Yeah, just sails inside.
Got him in the foot.
Lippman's still struggling with control with that fastball.
So an early chance when these 2 teams played in the first game of this championship. Delaware scored 5 in the first inning, and then they rode that to a 7-3 win. They've got 2 on and 2 outs. Inside now to Dangler. 317 average on the season. So you've got Ludman at second and Graber at first. A single for Ludman and Graber hit by pitch. The pitch. That's a strike at the inside corner. Our legendary scorer again tonight up here has been Tritipo, making the calls for us. We appreciate that. Been very helpful during the tournament. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bouncing ball, that'll be foul. And the count now 1-2. Aiden Stewart is on deck, the DH. Littman will work out of the stretch here. 1-2. Oh, just missed high there. 2-2.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're struggling with control, you don't get that borderline pitch early.
We mentioned this young man's a freshman. He's out of McLean, Virginia. 2-2 pitch. Ooh, he almost did. He hit him?
He did.
Yeah, he hit him. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. They might have to come out and have a little meeting here at the mound, maybe.
So it's early, but you can see the arm angle
Yeah.
isn't in that same slot all the time. And when he opens up, that's when the ball's sailing inside. So now, watch here. Yeah, just grazes the jersey.
Well, here's a big moment early in this one. Aiden Stewart, the DH. 262 average, 5 homers, 30 RBIs. First time these two teams played, he had a chance to hit for the cycle. Takes a strike, 0-1.
Outfield straight away.
We've said it throughout the tournament. When you get these chances, even with 2 outs, you got to take advantage. Well, that's a nice pitch there. So Lippman's got ahead, 0-2.
And now that he's ahead, he needs to close it out. He was ahead of past couple of hitters as well.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch, that's high. Nice job by Goranson to get up there and make sure that didn't get past him. 1-2. You've got Ludman at third. He gets singled. Then you got Graber at second, hit by a pitch. Dengler at first. He was also hit by a pitch. That ball is lined into right center field, base hit. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. And runners will be on the corner, first and third for Delaware. Big hit there for Aiden Stewart.
So the free bases on the hit by pitch come back to bite William and Mary. Got ahead of the count, but got a good pitch to hit. Lined it straight up the middle. Another look for you from our third base camera. Just squares on it. 2 runs will score. Now again, runners in the corners. 2 outs. You know, it's been a theme throughout this tournament so far. 2 out base hits.
Tyler Leach is the catcher, 262 average, got 9 homers. So runners at first and third, 2-0. That ball line, base hit, left field. It's now 3-0. And the runners will move first and second. I mentioned they scored 5 the first time they met, and now here we go. They've got 3 up on the board here in the first inning.
And especially if you're William and Mary, having coming off that first game, and you know this is the second game. The last thing you want to do is fall behind early. And they were 1 out away from getting out of the inning, and now it's a 3 spot, and still 2 runners on.
Already 29 pitches for Lippman, so this will be his 30th coming up. Aiden Kane, 10 homers, 28 RBIs, had a big one last night, 221 average. But again, first and second with 2 outs, and it's now 3-0 Delaware.
And certainly not what the Tribe wants, but they've got a couple guys stretching down there in the bullpen. Need to get some innings from Lippman.
That's high and inside. 1-0. Aiden Kane, one of the tall players, 6'4". He's out of Madison, New Jersey. As we said, he's got pop in his bat. The pitch. Boy, he takes that one to right center field and off the wall. He's going to get at least 2 here, and Delaware will score another run. It is 4-0. This is getting to be a replay of the first time these two teams met.
Yeah, well, we saw Delaware play with the lead earlier in this tournament. And again, they had a lead on the number 2 seed UNCW last night early. Again, got a good fat pitch across the middle. Just squares up on it. One hop to the wall.
Well, you got to have the meeting now, and here a pitching coach will come out for William and Mary. This is Dan Sweeney.
And among the things he's saying right now is, hey, this inning at least is yours. There's nobody up, nobody ready.
So 4-0. All this with 2 outs. Single, hit batter, single, double. Now the umpire will go and break this up. So the 9th hitter of the inning, Brett Lesher, is the shortstop. He's batting .290. They're playing the dating game music. How about that, Marty? You remember that show, don't you?
I wrote about it.
You read about it. I'd heard you.
That was for you. That was for you, my friend.
Remember the host? Asking you a trivia. Think about it. All right, there you go. There's your question. Think about that.
You got it.
All right, so here we go. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. Here's Brett Lesher, shortstop. And as Marty mentioned, there's nobody throwing. This is Lipman's job right now. Oh, inside again.
Yeah.
1-0.
And again, the release point is all over the place right now.
Well, as we said coming in, they didn't really know what they were going to get. Hasn't been what they were hoping for. That is a ball high. Goranson is frustrated. He thought that was a strike. 2-0.
Yeah, he's trying to get strikes for his pitcher right now. Obviously, he sees he's struggling. We're only in the first, but this is a critical moment. They've got to keep this at 4-0.
That's fouled back. 2-1. Now again, William and Mary certainly shown they can hit. 16 runs in their first game today. They've been hitting the ball. So yeah, it's early. They got plenty of time.
But again, William and Mary's built for, singles, not the long ball. This Delaware team can power and get big hits right away.
That's a little bloop to the second baseman. He'll throw to first. Trajani, and I'm not Trajani. My mistake. That's Chris Dangler. That is Trajani. And that will end the inning. But it was a big one for Delaware. So they get 4 runs in the bottom of the first. They lead at 4-0. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed at Ticketsmarter.com.
Welcome back to Brooks Field. What a first inning for Ethan Schaub. 3 strikeouts, Marty. He was dealing here.
Yeah,
nice job.
He had great control, and now when he comes out to start the second, not only does he have good control, but he's got a 4-run lead. And hey, all 4 runs with 2 outs.
There's the lineup for William and Mary. Jackson leads off, then Parker, De Los Santos, Greco, Rush, Goranson, Trajani, Chrisman, and Seguin. And you see the defensive lineup again for Delaware. Kane in left, Greenlee in center, Graber in right, Lloyd at third, Lesher at short, Dangler at second, Ludman at first, and Leach is the catcher. Anthony Greco, 293 average. He had a good game earlier, 3 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. See if he can get something going for the Tribe. 2-0 from Schaub. And here we go with these left-handed batters. We've seen a lot of teams do this weekend. Here's the shift. 3 infielders to the right. Third baseman Lloyd is almost behind second. 3-0 to Greco. And again, Marty, if you're William and Mary, you don't have to panic. I mean, it's only the second inning, so you got plenty of time.
And we've seen them throughout the past couple of days. They'll work the pitchers, work the count, work the walk.
And they got it. First base for Greco. That'll bring up Christian Rush. William and Mary now as a team, 351 walks on the season. So here's Rush, 250 average. Earlier this afternoon, he went 1 for 3.
Also walked 3 times.
That's a strike from Schaub. 4-0. We're in the top of the second. Delaware on top of William and Mary. Again, this is an elimination game. The winner will play again tomorrow at 3 p.m. against the loser of tomorrow's winners bracket game at 11 between Charleston and UNCW. That pitch missed inside, 1-1. So 2 games tomorrow, and then if we need to, we'll have them on Sunday. Whoever wins that winners bracket game tomorrow, though, would only need 1 win on Sunday to win the championship. That is a strike. 1-2. Nate Goranson is on deck.
Again, with the runner being held on at first, big hole on that right-hand side of the infield.
And he fouls it off out of play, and we'll do it again, 1-2.
So for William and Mary, you want to answer with something here in the top of the second after giving up a 4 spot, just so you feel like you've made that step back into the game.
Schaub gets a sign. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball off the plate. The catcher, Leach, throws to first. He got him, but that does move the runner over.
Good play by Leach coming out, making the throw, and then he goes into the infield side to make a nice clean throw to first. That's a tougher play than it looked. It's hit no man's land. Good throw.
It's good the way he did move his body, so he could not have a problem with the runner. Here's Goranson, the catcher, 224 average. Runner on second for the Tribe. First ball hit way up in the air, left center field. And it will be the left fielder. Kane makes the catch. The runner will tag and move to third.
That's funny. Like earlier today, and especially last night, that ballpark does not hold that fly ball. But as we mentioned, really a marginal wind, if that. But again, you've got a chance. William and Mary has been so successful earlier today, even yesterday, 2 out base hits. That's a big run standing at third.
Luca Trajani, he was 1 for 3 earlier this afternoon with 2 RBIs. He comes in with a 271 average. First pitch is a strike. So runner on third. That is Greco. There are 2 away here in the top of the second. 4-0 Delaware. Schaub set. Here's the pitch. Again, he hits it to left field. Kane coming in, and he'll make the catch. Schaub works around it, and William and Mary will strand that runner at third. We go to the bottom of the second. 4-0 Delaware. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball.
Rawlings has been the official ball of the CAA Baseball Championship since 2017.
Bottom of the second, coming up 4-0 Delaware. And Marty, this all happened in the first inning with 2 outs. 4 runs came home.
A couple of hit by pitcher, and then all of a sudden Delaware's big bats just explode, extra base hits, and before you knew it, it was 4-0. So this is a big inning for the freshman Lippman. After a tough first frame, he needs to settle down. Little action in that William & Mary bullpen, but they just can't afford to go there early.
First batter is Greenlee, led off the first and grounded out to the shortstop. 4-0 Delaware, bottom of the second inning. Again, this is an elimination game. Loser will be finished. That is a ball. 2-0. So it's Greenlee, Ludman, and Loynd again for Delaware, just like they batted in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 2-0. Fouls that one off, and the count is 2-1. Folks, we haven't forgotten. Marty will have his answer as to who hosted the dating game. He's been thinking about it. I don't think he's looked it up. So grounder again to Seguin, and again he has trouble with it. That's going to be an error on Seguin. He did that the first time, but was able to recover, but that time he wasn't. So runner on first. Here's a look at the lineup for Delaware tonight. Greenlee leads off, then Ludman, Loynd, Graber, Dengler, Stewart, Leach, Kane, and Lesher. And defensively, you got De Los Santos, Parker, and Rush in the outfield. Chrisman, Seguin, Trajani, Jackson in the infield, and Goranson is the catcher.
Ludman singled his first time up.
That's way outside. 1-0. Singled and scored in the first. 4-0. 4 hits, and again, that was an error on the shortstop. The pitch. That's a strike. 1-1. Hank Lippman, the freshman, starting for William & Mary. As I mentioned, this is their 4th game, so they've had to throw a lot of pitchers. That's popped way in the air, and I believe it's going to go over the press box, and it will. 1-2. All right, Marty, what's your answer? The dating game, who hosted? Let's go. What do you got?
I don't.
You came up with, you told me off air, Gene Rayburn, but that's incorrect.
Yeah, I know. That wasn't the dating game.
All right, I'll give you the answer right after this pitch. You're going to go, oh, I remember him. Here's the 1-2. I know from behind they're trying to answer. Jim Lang.
You're right.
Remember him?
I do. Kinda.
Had some famous people on that show too. I think Schwarzenegger was on the show. Kevin Costner was a. Marty Fuhrer made an appearance.
So Lippman ahead in the count. See if he can take advantage of it this time. He got ahead a couple of times, but Delaware turned into good at bats.
2-2 now. Greenlee led off, reached on at first on an error on the shortstop. Again, 4-0. Delaware trying to add more to it.
Yeah.
Lippman really needs to throw a goose egg up this inning. That ball fouled off again, and the count now 2-2.
Yeah, and you know, this game, as we mentioned, this is the second game for the Tribe today, and this just has a little different feel to it. You get the feeling that, you know, William & Mary has to stay within striking zone. Another big inning by Delaware could be very difficult to overcome.
Oh, he hit him again. This is the 3rd hit batter from Lippman.
Yeah, and see if we can take another look at that. I mean, the release point, the arm angle is almost different on every pitch. He's not trying to hit. He's not even trying to move him off the plate. He just doesn't have control of the ball right now.
So Joey Loynd will come up. Here's a look for you, Marty.
From first, yeah, you can tell he's just not comfortable out there. He's not consistent.
So first and second for the Blue Hens. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Loynd flew out to right his first time. The pitch. That's a strike. 0-1. That is 3 hit batters already for Lippman. He hit 2 coming in 8 1/3 innings.
Yeah. Infield back looking for that double play.
Missed that one outside, and the count now 1-1.
not holding the runner off at first, so he's getting a huge lead. Any ball to the gap could score both.
Way outside, nice play by Goranson. He'll throw down to second. He throws it over the second baseman, and the runner's going to move up to second and third.
Yeah.
So that'll be an E2 throwing error. That is not what you needed if you're William and Mary. Count 2-1.
Yeah, the wheel's coming off a little bit right now. First of all, nice backhand to stop. But then you see the ball just sails. And we have the benefit of a base hit. The runners move up. 2 in scoring position. Still nobody out.
And the big hitters, Loyne, Graber. 2-1 to Loyne. 4-0, and Delaware looking to add more here in the bottom of the second. The pitch. That's a strike. 2-2. William and Mary comes in with a 32-25 record. This is their 5th consecutive appearance in the championship. 10th in the last 11 years. They have 2 titles. They won in 2001 and 2016. Their head coach, Mike McCray, in his 3rd season. 2-2. Just missed. Goranson hoping to frame that for the umpire. So 3-2. Let's see what Loyne gets here from Lippman. The pitch. Missed. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. That brings up Aaron Graber. This is a guy you don't want coming up with the bases loaded. As I mentioned, he's had 2 homers in this championship. 1 in each of Delaware's games. Still the bullpen is quiet. Oh, now there is somebody throwing now, Marty. It's kind of hard to see down there, but there is a gentleman throwing. Good luck to Ben if he can actually see these people down there. It's awfully dark down there. So bases loaded with nobody out.
Hit by pitches first time up.
Just outside, 1-0.
He's just struggling for the strike zone right now. If you're up there, you're looking for that fastball. It's right down the middle.
That's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Yeah, Graber's looking for one to take deep. Number 30, that's Brendan Kelly, is warming up right now for the Tribe. 1-1, that's outside, 2-1. So the runner on third is Greenlee, second is Ludman, first is Loyne. There's nobody out. We're in the bottom of the second. Delaware scored 4 in the first, and they're looking for another big inning here in the second.
Yeah, body language tough right now for the Tribe. Infielder looking down at the dirt between pitches. Inside.
Again, he came inside on Graber. He's had to twist away 3 times the first time up. Now it's 3-1. Chris Dengler on deck. Delaware fans that are here certainly enjoying it, making some noise. Here's the pitch. Takes it to left center field. Graber, and the center fielder will make the catch at the wall, but they'll tag. That'll be a sacrifice fly. Nice run down there by Parker. But that will bring home the 5th run.
Give you another look at it. Loud out there as he sends it all the way to the wall. Almost to the deepest part of the ballpark. Good swing.
And that's it. Lippman is finished. The coach is coming out to get him. So we, as you watch the replay there, boy, he took it as far as he could there. So we're going to take a break. It is 5-0 Delaware. They've got runners on first and third. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the second, and we'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball. There you see the new pitcher, number 30. It is Brendan Kelly, graduate student out of Hopkinton, Massachusetts. And for Kelly, this will be his 17th appearance. He has started 2 games. 29 in the 3rd innings, 34 hits, 19 runs, 13 earned, 11 walks, 25 strikeouts. He's 1-1 on the season with a 3.99 ERA. And Marty, if you're William & Mary's coaches, you just had to make this move. Lippman was just not able to get the job done.
Yeah, really didn't. I mean, he's put in a tough situation, obviously. He doesn't throw a lot of innings coming into this tournament. You know, and he's out there almost, I mean, bottom line, he's an emergency starter. Couldn't find that slot as far as just finding a good spot, good rhythm on the mound. And when he was able to throw strikes, Delaware just was looking for it, leaned back, and was able to get good. Can't say wood, can you? Good aluminum. Got a solid part of the battle on the ball. And Delaware already 5-4-0 their line score. 1 out, runners on the corners.
So Greenlee led off the inning, reached on an error, and then moved up on a errant throw from the catcher. Ludman hit by a pitch. He also moved up. A walk to Loyne. Sacrifice fly for the RBI from Graber, and that's where we stand. 1 out, runners on 1st and 3rd. First pitch to Dangler was hit by a pitch and scored in the 1st. Is a ball. So let's see what Brendan Kelly can give the Tribe. They need him to eat some innings up now.
Infield back looking for that double play ball to get out of the inning.
Bouncer down the line, 3rd base side, and the count is 1-1. Again, not any wind really at all to talk about. Flags are pretty limp out here. It's turned out to be a nice night. After a rough afternoon weather-wise, this ball is hitting the right center field. That is going to drop. That'll score 1. And we'll have runners on 1st and 3rd again. So Dangler comes through with a base hit and the RBI.
And for the Blue Hens, they just keep the line moving. Got that ball in the right center gap. Another look for you again. Goes with the pitch. Well, there's the foul ball. I can tell you it went to the gap.
Aiden Stewart comes up, single, drove home 2 in the bottom of the 1st. It's now 6-0 Delaware here, and they still only have 1 out, runners on 1st and 3rd.
I described that foul ball well.
You did. I thought it was spectacular what you said about it. 1-0 is the count. It's been a long day for Marty. I gave him about a 20-minute break.
Again, Delaware still in position to add to this. A 4 spot to open the game. By request. Squares on the ball. Stumbles out of the box a little bit, but gets in that gap real quick. Even with the cutoff, runners on the corners.
2-0 now. That pitch is a strike. 2-1. Aiden Stewart, Tyler Leach is on deck. 5 hits, 6 runs already for Delaware here. We're only in the bottom of the 2nd inning. They lead at 6-0. Fouls that one off. 2-2. Again, whoever wins this game will come back and play tomorrow at 3 in another elimination game against the loser of the Charleston UNCW game. And
if you're University of Delaware, I mean, you've got to be thrilled. Schwab's out with that big lead now. He can give you innings with what is a 6-run lead right now.
3-2 the count.
I mean, Kelly's not going to overpower you.
See if they move Stewart here. 3-2 count with 1 out. They might keep him. Yeah, he's moving. Ball 4. Bases are loaded again.
Yeah, it wasn't close.
Tyler Leach, first time up in the 1st, singled and drove home a run. Another chance here again, as we said, for Delaware to really blow this thing open early. 6-0. Bottom of the 2nd. Bases are loaded with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Inside, he hit him. Another hit batter. That's the 4th one of the game. And that'll bring home a run. It is now 7-0. Boy, you don't want to see that as a William & Mary fan.
Just maybe got that elbow guard.
So here's Aiden Kane. He had doubled, drove home a run his first time up. 7-0 here in the bottom of the second. The pitch outside.
Yeah, taking a look at this game early on, you just wonder how much gas is in the tank for the Tribe right now. Delaware looking for the early kill.
There's a strike, 1-1. So it all started again. Delaware, William & Mary. This was the first game of the championship on Wednesday. Delaware won that one. Then William & Mary was dropped into the elimination game on day 2. They beat Northeastern, took out the number 3 seed. There's a base hit, right center field. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. It is 9-0 Delaware. Runners on first and second. Yeah, right now, if you are Mike McCrae, I just don't know if you have any answers in the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's, you know, it's late in the series. You're deep in the bullpen. Kelly can't look. There's no help coming right now.
And here's Brett Lesher. Grounded out to end the first inning. Still only 1 out with runners on first and second. That's in the dirt. Nice stop by Goranson. 9-0 Delaware. Well, as you mentioned, boy, this is the perfect setup now for Schaub as he can eat up innings. Again, it's only the second inning, but William & Mary's bats are going to have to come to life pretty quick here. 1-0. Grounder to the shortstop. Seguin again bobbled the ball, and the runner is safe. That is the 3rd time Seguin has had a problem. So fielder's choice for Lesher. Kane moves to second on an error, the second one from Seguin. I don't know, he is struggling in the field out there.
Yeah. You know, it was interesting. We talked in the first game, which was a long contest, that, you know, William & Mary had it moving, and you wondered if that momentum could help carry right into game number 2, where all of a sudden now we've got a 3-hour break, and Delaware's come out sharp, and, you know, you can tell William & Mary just struggling, even defensively right now. And when you're tired, you know, you make little mistakes. The ball comes up, the flip, unable to get the force.
This ball hit into center field. Parker goes back to the wall. It's off the wall. And we almost had Delaware have a runner run past another guy. Look at this. This one guy is right behind the other guy that's going to score 3. That was Lesher. He almost overran the second base runner, and Parker is injured, it looks like. So that's a triple. It's 12-0.
Yeah, and Parker, as we'll take another look at it, almost looked like he jammed that ankle on the base of the fence.
Let's see if they go out and check on him. Boy, watching them run the bases, though, Lesher was almost passing Kane. He had to keep him moving.
Well, you could see the Lesher got a good read on the ball, could tell it wasn't going to be caught. All-out effort, feels for the wall, and, you know, gets that shoe up 3/4 of the way up the wall. And it's now an 8 spot, still only 1 out here in the second.
Here's Eric Ludman. Bottom of the second, this is his 3rd time up already. He singled and hit by a pitch. He scored 2 runs. So Greenlee with the triple. Brendan Kelly trying to get some outs here. 1-1 the count. 12-0 Delaware.
And what this does early, if you're Delaware, you can now start thinking about tomorrow to set up how you want to use your pitching.
That ball is roped to right field, but it goes foul. Well, I think he brought up a good point because, you know, we talked about it too, and we were like, you know, it was a long game for William & Mary, and they won this afternoon, but it was very hot. A lot of walks, took a long time, and then everybody was like, well, maybe this break they're getting a little extra might help them. But, yeah, I think it might have taken their momentum away.
Yeah, I mean, just emotionally, everyone went neutral. Another base hit.
There is another hit to right field. It is 13-0. Ludman will drive home a run. And, of course, William & Mary does have a lefty throwing, but Right now, it's just everybody's coming up is getting a hit.
Yeah.
Something's going right. Joey Loyne, his third time up already. Flown out and walked.
And you don't want to mean this in a negative way, but right now it's almost like batting practice for Delaware. They're very comfortable at the plate.
Trey Bagosi is throwing in the bullpen, number 8. 13-0. 9 runs home and still only 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
13 runs on 8 base hits. Again, 3 William and Mary errors.
And 4 hit batters.
Yeah. Still only 1 out.
That's inside. Almost got him with that one. 1-1. So Lipman started, was not effective. They brought in Kelly, and he has also not been effective. As we mentioned, Bagosi is throwing in the bullpen. He's another freshman. That is inside. 2-1. Oh, no, wait a minute. Okay, well, they've got a different name here. Oh, I got you. I'm saying the wrong name. It's my mistake. As usual, I've made a mistake.
We just can't agree what time that was.
I know. I was looking down. I was like, wait a minute. They got an infielder throwing? That makes no sense. But it's number 8. That's Nick Lachey, of course, famous singer. What was that, 98 Degrees? Marty, you know the boy bands.
3-1 on the count.
Well, I think it was. 3-1. Ball
Inside.
4.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not even close right now. The umpire can't give him that borderline call.
My mistake. I apologize to Trey Bagosi. And here comes Graber again up. He's been hit by a pitch and a sacrifice fly. Still only 1 out. Runners on first and second. Bottom of the second. It is 13-0 Delaware. Thank you very much. Our director does inform me I did get the boy band correct. 8 Degrees.
You're an expert there.
I think he was married to Jessica Simpson, too, wasn't he? See, I know all these weird facts. They had a TV show. Marty. You might have remembered that one. She was the one that thought something about tuna fish in a can. Chicken of the sea. Thank you. I love it. My director's got it all. 0-2 the count. 50th pitch of the inning. Oh, my goodness. And again, there's still only 1 out. 13-0 Delaware. Yeah, they start thinking about
tomorrow.
Like you said, Marty, how they're going to set things up for tomorrow. If this keeps, he almost hit him again. Ball gets away from Goranson. They'll throw to third, not get him. It's going to be a wild pitch. When it rains, it pours. So now runners on second and third. The count is 1-2 on Graber. Again, he's been hit by a pitch, scored a run, and sacrifice flies drove home a run. So 51 pitches in the inning now for William and Mary. That ball way up in the air. Let's see, the left fielder, I think De Los Santos is coming in. He should get this. He will. There's no chance to tag on that because he's coming in near the infield. So there are 2 away. That'll bring up Chris Dangler. Been hit by a pitch and scored, and singled, driven home a run and scored.
Second baseman, number 11, Chris Dangler.
Marty, if you're the coach for William and Mary, what do? You got to have a little meeting in the dugout after this inning and just say, guys,
just got to keep your
let's
heads
go out
up
there and, so start scratching some runs across.
Yeah, take it 1 at bat at a time.
First pitch to Dangler, inside, missed. Tried to get that corner. It's 1-0.
And big picture, I think it's really important for not only William and Mary fans, but everything. They've had a great tournament. You can't let the early part of this game define how you feel about your trip to Wilmington.
That ball hit hard again. Seguin bobbled it, but he picks it up and throws the runner out. And that will end the inning. But what an inning it was for Delaware. They scored 9. We've completed 2. It is 13-0 Delaware. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball.
everybody. Nothing like the Jersey Mike's morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the bopping of the fresh lettuce.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
I've been living up here for months.
Got a package from Mr. DeVito?
Oh, my bacon sniffing horn. Oh, smell that bacon. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now we're talking. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Welcome back. There you take a look at that scoreboard. 4 runs in the first, 9 in the second, 13 runs, 8 hits. In that last inning for Delaware was 9 runs on 4 hits, 3 errors, 2 left. And Ethan Schaub has a huge cushion to work with here, as it'll be Chrisman, Seguin, and Jackson for William and Mary. Let's see if the Tribe can get something going. First pitch inside from Schaub. He's looked pretty good. He had 3 strikeouts in the first inning. Inning 2, Greco walked, but then was stranded. He got all the way to third base. 1-0. Inside again, 2-0. Again with the rain earlier today, lightning problems. Everything had to be moved back. So again, the winner's bracket game will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. That's a strike. And then the winner of this game will get the loser of that game scheduled for 3 tomorrow afternoon. So please make those adjustments. Thanks for being with us on Flow Baseball. Fouls that one off, and the count is 2-2.
So the schedule now calls for 2 games Saturday, and then what will now be a championship Sunday, whether it be 1 or 2 games.
That's true. The winner of tomorrow's Charleston UNCW game moves to the championship. They'll only need 1 more win. Fouls it off. And the count remains 2-2. Ethan Schaub. That's fouled off again. I don't think you get many pitchers that start a game that suddenly have a 13-0 cushion after 2 innings.
Yeah. Usually the pitcher does not want to sit in the dugout that long, but if you're going to give me 9 runs in an inning, I'll be patient.
Bouncing ball, ground ball, base hit. Well, that's the way to start it for Trey Chrisman down the right field line, and he's going to run for 2, and he'll make it. So that'll be a double. Nice hustle by Chrisman. And there you go. That gets something going, gets the crowd for William and Mary excited. And that'll bring up Seguin, who has struggled in the field, but see what he can do with the bat.
Good job. Just takes that outside pitch, goes with it down the line. The Tribe has a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
Top of the third. Seguin 276 average on the season. This afternoon's game, he went 0 for 5. Inside again, 1-0. They'll turn over the lineup to Henry Jackson, the leadoff hitter. He's on deck. There's a strike at the inside corner, 1-1. First hit of the game for William and Mary. It's the double from Chrisman. That's high, 2-1. Bouncing ball right side. Ludman having trouble with it, and that's going to be a base hit. So runners on first and third.
So that's a ball a lot of times the second baseman can make the play on, but with the shift and he's playing way up the middle, had to be the first baseman's ball, and once he broke for it, I don't know if they were able to get an out at first even if he makes the play cleanly. So William and Mary responds with a couple of base runners to open the third.
Here's Henry Jackson, struck out the first time, but again, yeah, the Tribe now can put some runs up themselves here possibly. Here's the pitch. That is high, 1-0. On deck, it's Parker and then De Los Santos. Certainly the batters you want coming up with runners on for William and Mary. They trail 13-0. We're in the top of the third. That ball inside, 2-0. We've had 4 hit batters already. Those are all from William and Mary pitching staff. As Schaub has come inside close here a couple of times now. 2-0. There's a strike, taking all the way, 2-1.
Hit by pitch was also a trend in game 1 today.
I heard you were setting records.
A lot of base runners. A lot of base runners without base hits.
2 balls and a strike. That's line. Oh, what a play by the second baseman Dangler. He went up to get it and robbed Jackson of a hit. 1 away.
Nice play as he climbs the ladder, times it perfectly.
So Ben Parker will come up. He struck out his first time. Boy, you can't hit it any harder than Jackson did. Looked like that was going to get into right center field.
Perfectly positioned right up the middle.
They were waiting to see. Welcome back. We go to the bottom of the third. 13-0 Delaware last inning. 9 runs, Marty. Just everything going right.
You just squared up on the ball. Pitches to hit. Long ball. Balls to the gap. Going with the pitch. Just out of the reach. And then conversely, William and Mary hits the ball squarely right at a fielder. It's just been that kind of night here in the nightcap for the Tribe.
Third pitcher of the night for William and Mary. It is the junior Nick Lachey from Centerville, Virginia. On the year, this will be appearance number 13. 24 1/3 innings, 38 hits, 27 runs, 24 earned, 6 walks, 15 strikeouts, 8.88 ERA with a record of 2-2. And he will face Stewart, Leach, and Kane.
Guys, the wind picking up a little bit, blowing towards left.
Stewart has singled, drove home 2, and then he walked and scored in the second. Again, this is his third at bat. First pitch, a strike from Lachey. So it was Lipman to start, then Brendan Kelly. Neither one effective. Let's see if Lachey can kind of calm things down for William and Mary on the mound. 1-1. Off speed, missed it inside. 2-1. Missed. Did he go? Check swing. Yes. 2-2. Third base umpire Jeff Doy said yes. He broke the plane. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Aiden Stewart. Tyler Leach on deck. Driven home a couple of runs already. The pitch missed high. 3-2. That ball's hit hard to right field, and it will be caught. What a play by Christian Rush. Man, he had to dive for that one. Nice play. There's one away.
So we've seen some nice defensive plays already in this contest. A couple by the Blue Hens, and then Rush lays out here to make the play. As if that ball drops in and gets by him, that's at least 3.
Tyler Leach, single, hit by pitch. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Nice play here. Watch this play by Rush. Man.
Nice play.
As you said, if he doesn't make that catch, that ball's up against the wall. 1-1 to count on Leach. Aiden Kane is on deck. And he takes that ball to left field, and that is gone. 14-1. Delaware, and for Leach, that's home run number 10.
Yeah, Jim, we mentioned the wind was blowing a little bit to left field, but it didn't matter. He got all of that, turned on it. And it's 14-1. Look at the Blue Hen faithful making the trip down from the first state. And they're excited because they anticipate more baseball tomorrow.
Aiden Kane now up, doubled and singled so far in this game. He's 2 for 2.
You know, it's one of those nights that if you make a mistake, it's going to be punished.
14-1 Delaware. First pitch from Lachey is outside, ball 1. 1 out here, and we're only in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Big swing there, and he missed it. 1-1.
Here's a look at the long ball. Look at it quick because it leaves us in a hurry.
Yeah,
Into the night.
That was a no-doubter as soon as he hit it. Big swing again there from Kane. 1-2. So William and Mary got 1 run back, but then Delaware just answers, so they're back up to a 13-run lead. This ball fouled off, and the count is still 1-2. Off speed, didn't get it. 2-2. Brett Lesher on deck. Outside, full count, 3-2. I think Ben was telling me the pitching staff of William Mary, they're already over 100 pitches in this game. And again, we're only in the bottom of the 3rd inning. This ball hit way up in the air. I don't know if the catcher is going to have a play. It might be in the stands.
It is.
Yep. And we'll do it again, 3-2.
Well, you get the feeling that if you're available, you're going to throw tonight.
105 pitches already, Marty. That ball's fouled off again.
Again, if you're just joining us, a 4 spot in the bottom of the first, a 9 spot in the second.
Strike 3 called. Kane is gone, 2 away. That brings up Brett Lesher. He is reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out to the second baseman. 3 batters for Delaware, according to what I'm looking at, have not gotten a hit yet. Again, they've had 14 runs on 9 hits. They've had 4 hit batters. 3 errors in the game. First pitch outside, ball 1.
And you know, just mentally, so we're going to take a look at a strikeout here. Good job on the inside of the plate. But mentally, you know, Delaware probably came in saying, you know, if we can jump on this game early, we might be able to ride it home.
1-1 the count. Fouls it off, 1-2. So we mentioned these 2 teams played first game of the tournament, and they scored 5 in the first inning and rode that to a 7-3 victory. Tonight, 4 in the first, 9 in the second, 1 more here in the third, and it's 14-1. There's the pitch. And he struck him out to end the inning. So back-to-back strikeouts from Lachey. That is the end of the third. 14-1 Delaware. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball.
This is where everything starts. It's a place of new beginnings, new opportunities, and a new identity. We are the Coastal Athletic Association, and from the beaches to the city streets, we are united to succeed at an elite level, in competition, in our communities, in our lives. This is the tide that lifts us, the fire that burns inside all of us. This is our moment, our new chapter. We are the CAA, and we are united in excellence.
CAA champions are built by commitment, dedication, and courage. On the pitch, on the track, on the field, and in the pool. CAA champions live on Flow Sports.
Top of the fourth inning, 14-1 Delaware on top. CAA Baseball Championship being brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Jim Whitmire, Marty Fuhrer, and our entire crew. Glad to have you with us tonight. There you see a banner that shows all the tournament titles UNCW has, including last year's. Marty, they play in the winner's bracket tomorrow against Charleston with a chance to possibly go back-to-back. So Ethan Schaub back out. He'll face Greco, Rush, and Goranson for the Tribe. And again, the shift is on to the right side. First pitch is a ball. William & Mary with 1 run, 2 hits, and 3 errors. And there's another base hit as it shift did not work. He took it to the left side. And that is a single. So Greco is on with nobody out. Here comes Christian Rush.
You know, we were discussing a little bit during the rain delay that you can shift in college baseball. Can't do it anymore in the majors. You wonder if the college game will eventually move into the same regulation that Major League Baseball has now, where you've got to have 2 fielders on each side of second base. Because it used to be, I mean, we talked about it in earlier games, it used to be the shift would jump out at you. Now if teams aren't shifting, it jumps out at you.
1-0 the count now on Rush.
And we will see a lot of shifts tomorrow from UNC Wilmington as they really, every batter plot their defense, as all teams do.
1-1 to count. Umpire called for time for a second. Now we're ready to go. Greco stands at first. He's been on base twice. Walked and a single for William & Mary. That pitch inside. Nice job by Leach to grab that one before he got behind him. 2-1. Speaking of UNCW, some of their players are out past center field watching this game. Swing and a miss there. It is 2-2.
That's after they auditioned for the grounds crew.
Two balls, two strikes, nobody out here. Top of the fourth, 14-1 Delaware. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Schaub got him. It's his fourth strikeout.
And Schaub's doing exactly what you want to do if you're the Blue Hen coaching staff. You just throw strikes, let them put the ball in play. Don't give any free bases. Effortlessly right out here. Of course, if you're pitching with a 13-run lead, takes a little of the pressure off.
Here's Nate Goranson, flew out to left field his first time. Strike on the inside corner, and the count is 0-1.
Blue Hens playing up the middle, looking for that ground ball double play. William and Mary has hit into it at least 5 double plays during this tournament. They've overcome most of them.
That's a nice pitch. Got another strike there. 0-2. So Schaub is ahead in the count. Runner on first is Greco. 1 out. Trajani is on deck for William and Mary. That's high. 1-2. Again, if you're just joining us, William and Mary played earlier today. They played the early game at 11. They beat Hofstra 16-6. Then they were supposed to come back with this game against Delaware at 3. It had been backed up till 4, and then there's a swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in a row now. Then we had some weather delays, lightning in the area, some heavy rain. And they said, come back tonight and we'll get this game underway at 8. And that's why they moved it to 8 and then moved the winner's bracket game till 11 tomorrow. So here's Trajani. He also flew out to left his first time. 2 outs, top of the fourth, 14-1 Delaware. That pitch is a strike. 0-1. The pitch. That's high, 1-1. There again, you get a look.
Good pitch, just drops off. Again, just pound the strike zone. You've got the lead.
This ball hit to center field, and Greenlee was playing in, so he doesn't have to move much. He'll make the catch. That will end the inning. So they'll strand a runner at first. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It is 14-1 Delaware. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball.
Today's action, the official hashtag of the championships, that would be hashtag CAA Champs.
Here we go to the bottom of the fourth inning as you take a look at the night sky. The lights on here at Brooks Field. 14-1 Delaware on top of William and Mary, and it'll be Nick Lachey back out on the mound.
And Jim, while we have a second, we should congratulate 3 people that are associated with this baseball program that are part of the latest Delaware Sports Hall of Fame. Cliff Brumbaugh, who played 16 seasons of professional baseball, third baseman for this Blue Hen team, All-American, American Baseball Coaches Association when they Blue Hens played in the NAC.
Well, we go bottom of the fourth, and here's Greenlee. He's led off every inning. Pops this one way up in the air. I don't know. This might get out of play again. I believe it did. So, Marty, you may continue.
Yeah, another member of that class is Kevin Tressolini. If you're from Delaware, you know that Kevin has covered sports for 40 years plus, including a lot of times with this baseball team, football team. Received national awards. So Trez part of that class, and somebody you'll remember, David Raymond. You know who David Raymond is? He's the original Philly fanatic.
Ah, that's right. You told me about that. That is correct.
David Raymond goes in. He now owns a company that basically creates characters.
0-2 the count. Struck him out. Greenlee goes down. Third strikeout in a row now for Lachey. He's come in doing a nice job.
And Raymond really kind of created the personality of the fanatic. And a lot of people don't remember David played. He was a punter for the football team at Delaware, played for his legendary coach father, Tubby Raymond, who along with Dave Nelson brought the wing T offense into Delaware. And if I'm right, I'm sure Tubby is in the Hall of Fame. That would make David and Tubby I think the only father-son inductees into the Delaware Sports Hall of Fame. Again, congratulations.
2-0 the count on Ludman. He's singled. He's been hit by a pitch, and he singled. 14-1, bottom of the fourth. Delaware on top. Swing there and a miss. 2-1. Speaking of characters, we had one last night. The Grinch was here. See what we get tomorrow at 11. This ball hit way up in the air. Center fielder Parker moves over. Now he'll drift the other direction, and he'll make the catch. There's 2 away. Well, Lachey's done a nice job coming in. Here's Joey Loyne now. Flew out to right, walked, and walked. Bottom of the fourth inning, 14-1 Delaware.
Yeah, Tribe would love to record their first 1-2-3 inning.
That pitch he lost. 1-0. Low 2-0. Of course, it's Memorial Day weekend. I know Marty joins me in saluting all those who have served our country, men and women. We really appreciate everything they have done. Take a moment to remember somebody this weekend, and we all head to Marty's for that big cookout on Monday. Should be a lot of fun. 3-0. Do you cook out hamburgers? Do you do that? You a griller? Ball 4.
Now, are you asking me if I go to cookout?
No,
to get hamburgers?
I'm asking if you grill out.
I do.
All right.
I do. You got an invitation, didn't you?
Yes, yes, I think I did. It was in my car, but the windows were open earlier, and I got a lot of water in the car.
Right. Got it.
Graber comes up now. Hit by a pitch, sacrifice fly, and he flew out to left. 2 outs, runner on first is Loyne, who walked for the 3rd straight time. That ball inside, 1-0.
Lost the grip of that one again.
Steak guy, do you like to grill out steaks?
If you're buying, I'm grilling.
Throw over to first. Oh, almost caught him. Well, that was a nice move there from Lachey.
So how'd this go from hamburgers
to steak?
to steaks?
I just thought I'd ask. How do you like yours?
Free.
I'm with you on that. 1-0. That pitch outside. 2-0. I hope you're not going to tell me you like them rare.
Oops. 2-0 pitch.
That's a base hit. Right center field. And they're going to move Loyne all the way to 3rd. So with 2 outs, Delaware's got something going again. Graber, his first hit. That'll bring up Chris Dangler. Hit by a pitch, singled, grounded out to the shortstop.
So does that bring it down to 2 Blue Hens that don't have a base hit?
I believe so, yeah. That leaves 2 that don't have a hit. You've got Brett Lesher, And I got to look through here quickly. Oh, they're going to get a pinch runner here, too. Who is this? It's number, can't see that number. Is that 14?
14.
Tanner Donati. So that means the night is over for Graber.
It's had a good night. Not bad when you're in the 4th inning and you can call it a night. And again, Blue Hens know they're hoping to play a lot more baseball before we're done. So they're trying to rest some of their first-line players and also give some of the guys that have been part of this program some postseason play.
By the way, the other player hadn't had a hit is Loin because he's been walked 3 times. So Donati is at first now, and he is an outfielder. He'll probably stay in for Graber. That pitch is a strike. 0-2 to Dangler. Runners on first and third for the Blue Hens. 2 outs here, bottom of the 4th. 14-1 Delaware in this elimination game. The pitch. Missed high with a fastball, 1-2. Nick Lachey, the 3rd pitcher of the night for William & Mary. They started with Lippman and went to Brendan Kelly. Neither of those 2 guys were effective. Lachey's pitching pretty decent. Bounces that one in, though, 2-2. Runner at third is Loin. Runner at first is Donati. This ball popped in the air. That's going to go out of play. And the count remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The pitch.
Okay.
Oh, he hit him in the helmet. That's the 5th hit batter for Delaware. And the bases are loaded again. My goodness. Boy, that hit him right where the. Looked to me like it got him in the helmet, Marty.
Yeah, it did. It's got that earpiece. Fortunately, I think it was a breaking ball.
Well, we're gonna get another pinch runner here.
Yeah, we will as soon as he hits the bag.
Aiden Fry is gonna pinch run.
Here's another look at it for you. Yeah. Oh, got it in the shoulder.
Got you. Okay,
so that's
thank
even
you.
a better situation.
So here's so Frey goes in. He'll take over the spot of Dangler. This brings up Aiden Stewart, the DH. Bases loaded with 2 outs for Delaware. Pitch outside. Stewart tonight a single, a walk, and he flew out to right field. He's driven home a couple. So Delaware starting to make some changes here. 1-1 again. Thinking if they can hold this lead, of course they'll play again tomorrow at 3 against the loser of UNCW Charleston. That's a base hit, right center field. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. And runners will be at first and third. It is now 16-1 Delaware.
Yeah, and this is a little subtle thing. You can see Delaware putting the brakes a little bit on the base runners that time as he held the runner up at third. If it was a closer game, they may have challenged the play at home again. Got the ball squared up the middle. It's been that kind of night.
Well, here's Tyler Leach. Last time up, hit a home run to left field.
Remember, Delaware had nobody on with 2 out in this inning.
That pitch is fouled off. Well, remember in the first inning, they had just 1 guy out with 2 outs and then went on that roll for 4 runs. It's the magic Marty 2 outs. First and third, this ball hit to right field. Going back is Rush. He will make the catch and end the inning, but 2 more runs home for the Blue Hens. We have completed 4. It is 16-1 Delaware. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball. Welcome back. It is 16-1 Delaware. Let's mention a couple of changes now in the field. The guys that came in to run are going to stay in. It'll be Donati in right. And at second base, it will be number 2. That is Aiden Fry. So, Marty, as we saw, Coach Mammal is trying to get some guys in. You know, again, he knows he's got another game tomorrow unless something crazy happens here.
Yeah, and again, it's also a reward for the guys that have worked so hard throughout the year, being part of the program, get a chance to get in the contest, play tournament play, and like anything else, you know, you never know. You get these guys some experience.
Yeah, true.
And you might need them a little bit later on.
Hey, how about a shout out to our field crew? They just came out and did a job. Those guys have been working hard, and they had to work hard, of course, to get this thing ready to go tonight. So we appreciate all their hard work. All the folks here at UNCW.
So many people behind the scenes that volunteer their time to make the season and the tournament happen.
Trey Chrisman leads off, doubled and scored his only time up. Chrisman, Seguin, and Jackson are scheduled for William & Mary. It's 16-1, top of the 5th. Ethan Schaub still out on the mound. I would dare say this is probably the largest cushion he's probably had in a long time as a pitcher. Strike there, 2-1.
Yeah, if it's not, it's certainly in the neighborhood.
I mean, you know, maybe going back to Little League, he might have had a game where he had a lead of 20 or 30 to nothing. This ball hits a right field. Donati, who just came in, is going to go in foul territory. And, oh, he makes the catch as he slides. And there could be a little wetness out there where he slid. But I tell you, you just come in and the ball's going to find you.
Yep, and as we've mentioned throughout, it's plenty of room in foul territory, and with those open bullpens, you can slide right in there.
So here's Seguin. He had a single his first time up. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. It's a nice play here by the right fielder, Donati again. Watch this.
Almost overruns the ball a little bit. There you go.
Strike called, 1-1. Top of the order, Jackson on deck for the Tribe. 16-1 Delaware. We're in the top of the 5th inning. That pitch is low and inside, 2-1. Again, our schedule tomorrow, 11 o'clock is the scheduled start time for the winner's bracket game. Top seed Charleston, number 2 seed UNCW. That pitch missed inside, 3-1. And then at 3 o'clock, the other game tomorrow will be the loser of that game against the winner of this game in an elimination game. 3 balls and a strike. Ball 4. Seguin is on. Second time tonight. 1 on, 1 out. Brings up Henry Jackson, who's 0 for 2. Last time up, though, he hit it hard, and the second baseman, at that time, Dangler, had to go way up in the air. Made a great play, Marty, on defensively.
And then later in the inning, a bullet to third to close it. Again, it's been that kind of night for the Tribe. When they make contact, they hit them right at someone.
That's a strike. Brought that one in.
There's a look at it for you. Climb the ladder.
Alex Marcus now throwing for the Tribe. This ball is hit to center field. Greenlee backs up, and he will make the catch. 2 away. That'll bring up Ben Parker. Struck out and then an RBI sacrifice fly his last time up. 16-1 Delaware. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Jim Whitmire, Marty Fuhrer, our entire crew, glad to have you with us. Did he hit him?
He did.
He did. Another hit batter in this game. That's the 6-1 total. First one for William & Mary. Watch the replay here. And, oh yeah, got him on the left elbow there. Here's De Los Santos. He's 0 for 2. Chance to get something here for William and Mary. Takes it way up in the air. Center fielder Greenlee has to come in. He will make the catch, and that will end the inning. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It is 16-1 Delaware. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball.
This is where everything starts. It's a place of new beginnings, new opportunities, and a new identity. We are the Coastal Athletic Association, and from the beaches to the city streets, we are united to succeed at an elite level. In competition, in our communities, in our lives. This is the tide that lifts us, the fire that burns inside all of us. This is our moment, our new chapter. We are the CAA, and we are united in excellence.
CAA champions are built by commitment, dedication, and courage. On the pitch, on the track, on the field, and in the pool. CAA champions live on Flow Sports.
Well, we go to the bottom of the fifth, and we've got a new pitcher again for William and Mary. It's number 32, Alex Marcus. He's a graduate student from Richmond, Virginia. And this will be his 18th appearance. He's actually started 13 games, 39 and 2/3 innings, 41 hits, 33 runs, 25 earned, 31 walks, 42 strikeouts. Got a 1-4 record, 5.67 ERA. By the way, this is the most runs Delaware's ever scored in a CAA tournament game. Last time back in 2014, they scored 14. They've got 16 now, and they still got time for more. So Marcus will be the fourth pitcher of the night behind Lipman, Kelly, and Lachey. And it'll be scheduled for Delaware. Now again, last inning they started moving some players around, but it's scheduled to be Kane, Lesher, and Greenlee. Marty, you think you'll see some more probably changes here? Get some more guys some rest here tonight?
Yeah, I bet you do. My question also is, you know, I think right now you can stay as I look. Little action. Nah, there's nobody. There's just some stirring in the Delaware bullpen. Again, the big lead really helps the pitching staff for tomorrow.
Big time for them. So Marcus has finished his warm-up tosses. Here comes Aiden Lane. He's doubled, singled, and struck out. Every inning, Delaware has put up some runs. And here you'll see, last time Kane had that double, or single actually, that drove home two. So 4 in the first, 9 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. And now we're in the bottom of the fifth. This is the fourth at-bat already for Kane. Inside again, 1-0. We've had 5 hit batters, 4 Delaware players, and 1 William and Mary player. Fouls that one back, 1-1. Shout out to our ball runners again. These guys doing a nice job out here. One ball, one strike. Bouncing ball. Trajani at second, throws to first, and there's one away. So here comes Brett Lesher. One of the players that does not have a hit tonight so far for Delaware. Grounded out, reached on a fielder's choice and struck out. 16 runs, 11 hits for Delaware. 1 run, 3 hits, 3 errors for William and Mary. That's high with the fastball, 1-0. So tomorrow we have breakfast at Brooks. Tonight it's after hours at Brooks. Fouls that one off, 1-1. One ball, one strike. The pitch. Ooh, another hit batter. This is unbelievable. Are we going to set a record? So is that what? How many? I got to count this up again. 2.
Just turns the shoulder into it.
Yeah, that's a 6-hit batter. So now we got another pinch hitter. This is Jackson Tyre. He will bat and take over for Greenlee. 6-hit batters for Delaware in this game. 1 for William Mary. So we've had 7 total in the game. I don't know what the record is, but it's got to be. We got to be getting close to it. Bouncing ball, shortstop. Trajani over to second for 1 to first. Double play. Nice job there defensively for William and Mary. So that will end the 5th inning. 16-1 Delaware. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball. Top of the 6th inning, 16-1. Delaware on top of William and Mary, and the new center fielder is Jackson Tyre. So 3 players have been replaced now. You've got Donati in right, Fry at second, Tyre at center field.
And Schwab comes out for his 6th inning. Through 5, 72 pitches, 44 have been strikes. And of course, he has that 15-run lead.
Greco will lead off. He's walked and he's singled. There's shift again. Last time the shift didn't work. He hit it to left field. First pitch is ball outside, 1-0.
And again, with Schwab, just eating up the innings today, that really opens the case a little bit for tomorrow. A lot of arms will be available for Delaware when they play that 3 o'clock game.
2-0 the count now. So it's Greco, Rush, and Goranson coming up this inning for William and Mary. Top of the 6th. That's a strike, 2-1. This is unbelievable. Another hit batter. This is number 8. Greco is on, and that'll bring up Rush.
Very good, number 37, Christian Rush.
We could have a whole package replaying these hit batters tonight.
Playing the hits.
So, very good, Marty. Christian Rush now steps up. 0 for 2. Inside, ball 1.
For first time, a little action up in the Delaware bullpen down the left field line.
That pitch outside, 2-0.
Schwab, I'm sure, tiring a little bit and pushing 80 pitches.
There you see the score, 16-1 Delaware. Top of the 6th inning. Pops it up in the air. I believe that'll be out of play. Is it going to get in the stand? Somebody looks like they want to make a catch. Nope, went over the top. Actually, no, it landed right next to that gentleman. So he gets a free baseball. 2-1. Of course, don't forget, sir, bring it back. Get that Marty Fuhrer 8x10 picture with the autograph.
He's invited to the cookout.
Is he coming to the cookout? 2-1. This ball hits to center field. Jackson Tyre Back, he'll make the catch. There's one away.
Yeah, fly balls to center are going to die out there today. Again, no real breeze.
Margolis is throwing for Delaware. Here's Nate Goranson. He's 0 for 2. Flown out and struck out.
I'll tell you, Goranson's done a great job behind the plate this whole series. It's been a hot series. He's done a good job handling the pitching staff.
1 on, 1 out. Pitch missed on the inside corner. It's 1-0. We've got the nicest folks up here every time somebody sneezes. I got to tell you. I love it. 1-0. 2-0 now.
Goranson almost made a great play in game 1 today. A foul ball flying back. Almost got it right before the netting.
That's a strike. 2-1. He was taken all the way. Greco's at first. He was hit by a pitch. There's one away. Schaub. Bouncing ball. This is going to be a tough play, third base. Loin, nice job. Charged and threw him out at first. Boy, that was an excellent play by the third baseman.
Great break on the ball. Cut in front of the shortstop. Made the strong throw, all his momentum covering the first base.
So Luca Trajani comes up 0 for 2. Yeah, watch this. That's just a nice play by the third baseman. What hustle. That's a high ball to go after.
Yeah, big chop off the plate. Got him by a couple of strides.
And, you know, you got to think, too, as a fielder, he might not be as dialed in here. You're up by 15 runs.
I mean, it's a 16-1 ball game, and you can look at some really nice defensive plays by the Blue Hens tonight.
Outside 2-0 to Trujani. Runner on second is Greco.
When you put a 16 spot up on the board, you usually don't talk about the defense.
This ball hit way up in the air, right side. Right fielder Donati coming in, but oh yeah, he'll make the catch. The second baseman was coming over with him, but Donati will make the catch, and that will end the inning. We will go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 16-1 Delaware. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball.
We got London on the track. This armor means I'm war ready. We ain't coming face to face. So if we gon' play for keeps. We ain't gon' stop.
Bacon. Good morning, everybody. Nothing like the Jersey Mike's morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the bopping of the fresh lettuce.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
I've been living up here for months.
Got a package from Mr. DeVito?
Oh, my bacon sniffing horn. Oh, smell that bacon. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now we're talking. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Welcome back to Brooks Field. Jim Whitmire, Marty Fuhrer, our entire crew. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 16-1 Delaware. Most innings pitched now for Schaub. That might be. What do you think, Marty? You maybe figure that might have been it for him?
Yeah, you kind of get the feeling he's got to be, what, is he at 80-some pitches right now? Probably, and you've got somebody warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah, Margolis had been throwing.
Yeah,
so here's Ludman to lead off for Delaware.
Coming into the night, if you said you could get 6 innings plus, 6 innings out of him, you'd take it.
First pitch from Marcus outside. Ludman tonight singled, hit by a pitch. Of course, pretty much everybody has been tonight. Single again, and then a fly out to center field.
The back row, right? The back row.
Peanut gallery is starting to get a little antsy back there. 2-0. Check swing. I think he went. Yeah, 2-1. Just missed there. 3-1. I mentioned the peanut gallery. Look at that. They show us the peanuts. I love it. That's great stuff. That's our guys. We appreciate it. Guys and gals now. Let me make sure. There's a walk. Ludman is on. That'll bring up Joey Loyne. Loyne tonight a fly out, a walk, and a walk. So he is still looking for a hit. Get a walk, get a walk, get a walk. 16-1 Delaware. That's got the inside corner. Nice pitch there from Marcus. That's inside. Ball one. So, Marty, we haven't seen so far in this tournament a really pitcher's duel. We might see that tomorrow in the winner's bracket with UNCW and Charleston. Now time called by Goranson. Hang on. I think he wants a different baseball. Yep. Pitcher doesn't like the one he's got. You got R.J. Sales for UNCW. Not sure, but Charleston still got a couple of really good starters they can go with. That could be the first real pitcher's duel we'll see out here. 1-1. Nice pitch there. 1-2. Ludman at first. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. It is 16-1 Delaware.
Again, the advantages of being in that winner's bracket just sets you up for the whole tournament.
Struck him out.
And then, interestingly enough, because of the rain today, both squads get an extra day's rest, which will probably allow some folks for Charleston that maybe would have been questionable as far as availability if they played the game tonight, could easily be ready tomorrow.
Here's Donati. He has only batted 25 times this year with 5 hits. First pitch is a ball. Also helps for UNCW, the reliever Luke Craig gets a little extra time because he's going to be used if they need him. That ball is fouled off. 1-1.
And looking ahead past the weekend, it'll be interesting. The league is hoping for 3 postseason bids. You would think that Northeastern is marginal right now, depending on what happens elsewhere.
2-1. Yeah, well, the last projections, like I mentioned yesterday, I saw they had been in solid, but now they're either out or some have still got them as one of the last 4 in. But yeah, it's going to be interesting on Monday. All depends on what happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Be it the bid stealers, and 3-1 to count now. Ludman is at first. There's 1 out. Donati at bat. And Alex Marcus, the pitcher, throws this one. Pops it way up in the air, left side. Let's see, I believe De Los Santos is chasing. He's going to get in there, and he'll make the catch. And there are 2 away. And that'll bring up number 2, Aiden Fry, who came in to run and then stayed in. Freshman out of Camp Hill, Pennsylvania.
Second base number 2, Aiden Fry.
So 2 outs in that runner at first. Bounced in, and again, there you mentioned it, Martin. I tell you, even though they're down 15, boy, Goranson's working hard, isn't he, behind the plate?
Yeah, he
Locked
really
that
has.
1-0 the count.
This is the first time, correct me if I'm wrong, that they've had the opportunity to play under the lights. They've been playing in the heat.
Yes.
First couple of games.
That's true. 2-0. Strike there, 2-1. On deck is Aiden Stewart. Swing and a miss there, 2-2. Get the close-up look at the pitcher. That's Alex Marcus. Strike 3 called. Got him looking. That'll end the inning. We have completed 6. It is 16-1 Delaware. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball. Go to the top of the 7th inning, and what a job by Ethan Schaub tonight, Marty, as he has come out of the game, but he's had a good night pitching.
Yeah, left-hander gave him 6 innings, 1 earned run, gave up only 3 hits, 5 Ks, a couple of walks, 2 hit batsmen, just to, be part of that category. 87 total pitches, however, 51 strikes, and, he had the luxury of a 4-run lead after 1. 13 after 2, and just his job from there on was just to throw strikes, give me good 6 solid innings, and set up the staff for baseball tomorrow. And Delaware hopes on Sunday as well.
Well, he'll turn it over to the redshirt senior Owen Margolis. This is his 23rd appearance, 28 1/3 innings, 37 hits, 29 runs, 27 earned, 17 walks, and 28 strikeouts. 2-2 record, ERA of 8.58. And he will face Chrisman, Seguin, and Jackson. Again, they're the scheduled batters for William and Mary as we go to the top of the 7th inning. 16-1 Delaware. Chrisman 1 for 2. He's got 1 of the 3 hits. Interesting delivery here from Margolis. Almost comes submarine style here a little bit.
It can be tough to pick up the ball. The delivery nice and low. The leg kick.
1-1 the count. Two and one. Count now 3-1 on Trey Chrisman.
Of course, a little of the speculation going back to Monday's selection show.
This ball hit in the air. That's out of play. Full count, 3-2. Ooh, careful over there in the stands. Almost got somebody. Yeah, that'll be, I believe that's a 12:30 show, so everybody will find out, and there'll be some nervous moments.
So again, the Blue Hens
fouled off again.
To continue their season after this weekend, will have to win this tournament and be champions. Otherwise, you get the feeling Charleston and Wilmington will end up somewhere. And again, Northeastern probably on the fence a little bit. Ball 4. But then, of course, the question is, where do they go? A lot has to do with who hosts. You would think within the state of North Carolina. Carolina will host. You would think State would host. Wake could host.
East Carolina.
East Carolina could host. Does Duke host? You're not going to get all of those schools to host. But then you look at matchups. You know, I know the committee doesn't necessarily always do this, but UNCW has played East Carolina twice during the regular season. Do you try to avoid that matchup?
1-0 the count on Seguin. That's outside. 2-0. Chrisman on first. He walked to lead off the top of the 7th.
Of course, the Seahawks have also played State, Carolina.
2-1 now. Swing and a miss.
And if you're Charleston, you know they'd probably like to keep them in the area.
Fouled that one back. 2-2.
And I would also think, you know, it's early depending on what happens in the next couple of days. I would not think, I wouldn't be surprised if Charleston comes in at like a number 3 seed instead of a 4 seed in the region.
Inside 3-2.
And again, for Delaware, they'd love to continue their season as well as they hope for the championship crown come Sunday afternoon.
Full count. Found this one to left field. Kane is not going to get there. That'll drop. Base hit. First and second for the Tribe. With nobody out, and here comes Henry Jackson. Well, we won't be in those rooms making the decisions.
No, we'll be grilling. I'll be grilling.
That's right. You're grilling the free steaks we're going to have on Monday, right, which I'm excited about.
I'll be grilling. You'll be looking for the address.
First and second for William and Mary. First pitch to Jackson is a ball. He is struck out. Lined out to second and then flew out to center field. That hit by Seguin was the 4th of the night for the Tribe. That one's fouled off. Out of play. It's 1-1. Missed outside. 2-1. Well, the good news, if you live in this area, being a beach community, there'll hardly be any traffic this weekend. You know, not many folks coming into town for the official start of summer. Unofficial, I guess. Ground ball foul. 2-2. Delaware fans making some noise. Trying to help Margolis here get the out.
Count runs full. Ball 4.
So he walks them. Bases are loaded. William and Mary's got something going here. Ben Parker coming up.
Ben Parker.
And you know, when you look at this William and Mary squad, for a lot of guys up and down the lineup, this will be their final game playing college baseball. For many, probably their last time on the diamond in a competitive situation. We saw it with, after game 1, Hofstra team getting together, and you could see the hugs and the emotion. It's a long season. Fall baseball, a lot of these guys play summer league.
1-0 the count on Parker with the bases loaded, nobody out. That's a strike. I'm checking. That almost looks like, is that a different catcher down there for Delaware? Is that not Leach? I don't think it is. Yeah, that's Jose Armando Diaz is in a catcher. He snuck in. Thought the number looked different. I was just trying to figure that out. So a new catcher. Bases loaded, 2-1 the count on Parker. Chance here for William and Mary. Nobody out. Fouls that off himself there, and that's going to run the count to 2-2. Runner at third is Chrisman, Seguin at second, and Jackson is at first. We're in the top of the 7th inning. William and Mary played at 11 o'clock this morning. That's a strike. Struck out Parker looking. One away. That'll bring up De Los Santos, who's 0 for 3.
Yeah, that first game was scheduled at 11, started about 11:05. They initially had scheduled this one. There's the strike 3 for a 3 o'clock start. We concluded game 1 at about 2:50. And then all of a sudden the front came through, the lightning. And it was interesting, the two coaches got together with the league office, and a lot of decisions as far as not only playing this one, but what you would do the rest of the weekend out.
0-1 the count. That ball is hit well to left field, but right at the left fielder, Kane. That will score the run from third. And it is 16-2.
And one of the early decisions was, even because they saw the front coming through, you didn't want either team to warm up, get their pitchers warm, and not be able to play the game. So they just waited. Again, sent both teams back to the hotel for a while. Got the field cleaned up after the
you got to figure
front came through.
Too, for William Mary, I mean, they started the game after 11, so they were here, what, 9:30?
Yeah.
I mean, this has been a very long day for them. Just that little break to go back to the hotel. 1-0 the count now on Greco, who's been on base all 3 times. Walk, hit by a pitch, and a single. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. That's a strike. 16-2 Delaware on top here in the top of the 7th.
And again, for William and Mary, having dropped the first one, you know, to come out of the bracket, try to claw your way through.
Yeah, this is their 3rd elimination game, so they've done a nice job. They knocked off Northeastern, and they got rid of Hofstra.
Yeah, day 3 is always the toughest, you know. That's when you're faced 2 games to advance.
3-1 the count now on Greco. Rush is on deck. Again, the Delaware fans trying to get behind Margolis here with 2 outs. The pitch. Lost it. Bases loaded again. So Greco has been on base every single time. That'll bring up Christian Rush. He's 0 for 3. William and Mary had that 2-out magic for a couple of games. They got some big hits. See if they can get one here to put some more runs up on the board. Down 16-2. Swing and a miss at a ball outside. 0-1.
And especially when you think about the elimination games that they kept advancing, they just did a great job putting hit together, back-to-back, station-to-station baseball, and then got that timely hit to clear the bases. Very patient, very disciplined team at the bat. Played a solid game this week in the field.
1-1 the count with 2 outs and the bases loaded here, top of the 7th. And I might as well just say I should put this on a record button here. Hit by pitch. And that will bring home the 3rd run of the night for William and Mary.
Hit by pitch and an RBI. Yeah, the big exhale.
So
2
here's
out in the inning.
Goranson now. Yeah. Bases remain loaded. 16-3. That's a strike. So we have 9 hit batters in the game. Fouls that one off on the right side. The count is 0-2. Trujani is on deck if William and Mary can get to him. Top of the 7th, 16-3 Delaware.
So if you're Delaware, you've gotten some quick starts in your ball games. You got to feel good coming out of this one tonight into your 3 o'clock contest tomorrow.
Struck out Goranson, and that will end the innings. Time to stretch. 16-3 Delaware as we go to the bottom of the 7th. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball.
What does 50 cents back on every purchase mean to you? Free lunch Friday? That gadget you've been eyeing? A night out with the fellas? With your Primus Perks checking account, you get 50 cents back with every purchase using your debit card and 0 ATM, overdraft, or annual fees. With this completely free account, you can watch the money roll in with every swipe and find the freedom to go further with your cash. Treat yourself to a little something extra on us. Primus, the bank that gets it right.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices it right in front of you. The authentic Jersey way. You can't fake that. And look, you can fake a lot of stuff these days. You can fake my outfit, but you can't fake freshly sliced turkey. You can fake these haunches, but you can't fake freshly sizzled bacon. Nay, you just can't fake a freshly sliced Jersey sub. It's nice to be back in my real body. Number 13, please. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 16-3. Well, this has been one of those nights. 9 hit batters. Here they all are. As you can just see them happening. 6 for Delaware, 3 for William and Mary. Marty, I've never seen this many hit batters in a game.
Love hurts.
Jake Isles band. Oh, no, that wasn't that. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And Marcus will be back on the mound. And we have another pinch hitter. It's this Brett Walmsley. So he will bat in place of Stewart. So again, just a chance to get some other guys in here. Get some guys a little bit of rest before they come back tomorrow afternoon at 3. 16-3 if you weren't with us. Delaware started quick. 4 runs in the first, 9 in the second, and that pretty much put it away.
And remember, those 4 runs in the first were all with 2 out.
So Marcus on the mound, and he'll face Walmsley. He's a freshman. First pitch is a strike. He's out of Newark, Delaware. Strike there. Nothing in 2. This is only his 8th at-bat of the season. He's had 2 hits. Nothing in 2. Inside. Well, that was close again. We almost had to update our package. The director's like going, man, I got to put another one on there? 1-2. Outside 2-2.
Of course, the university in Newark.
Inside again, 3-2. On deck is should be Diaz, correct? Yes, the catcher who appeared. He just made an appearance. Jose Armando. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 1 away. That'll bring up Diaz, who took over as catcher for Leach.
Catcher number 31, Jose Armando Diaz.
For Diaz, he's had quite a few at-bats. This will be bat number 103. He's got a .255 average, 4 homers on the season. Then on deck, we don't have anybody yet because it could be they could change him up again. And it looks like they are going to change it up again. So that pitch outside, 1-0. And there you go with that strikeout. So Diaz now with 1 out, 1-0 count. This ball base hit right center field. So Diaz joins in on the fun for Delaware. And that'll bring up another pinch hitter. This young man we actually saw pitch, Tyler August. Now, he's not listed as an outfielder, so I guess we might have somebody different probably go in and outfield. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's where we depend on Ben. That is scary. So runner on first, 1 out, and here is Tyler August. We saw him pitch against UNCW. This only his 10th at-bat of the season. He does have a homer and 5 RBIs and 9 at-bats. It's pretty good, Marty. 16 runs, 12 hits now for the Blue Hens. First pitch is a strike. 3, 4, and 3 for William and Mary. We're in the bottom of the 7th. That pitch missed outside. 3-1. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2-1. Okay, yeah, 2-1. The umpire making sure we saw that. Well, this ball's hitting the right center field, and let's see. It is gone. I just mentioned the young man had some home run power, and he takes one out. It is 18-3 Delaware. My goodness gracious.
And the ball usually carries very well to right center field. And there's probably family and friends.
That's not bad batting this year. 10 at-bats. He's had 2 homers, now 7 RBIs. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, look at the big smiles.
Here's Lesher. He's trying to get in on the hit parade.
Here's the long ball.
It's a sweet swing right there.
Yeah. Good effort on the back end, but it clears the wall.
Hard swing there from Lesher. Lesher tonight ground out, fielder's choice, struck out, and he was hit by a pitch. It's 1 out here, bottom of the 7th, 18-3. That pitch is high, 2-1. Bullpens are quiet. I think they will probably remain that the rest of the way here.
Again, the Blue Hens will get the loser of the early game tomorrow.
That's going to be a foul ball. Is it? Ooh. Man, that came into the stands here. Count is 2-2 on Lesher. 18-3. This has been a interesting game out here tonight. 9 hit batters.
And Blue Hens put their stamp on this one early.
Just missed there. 3-2. Top of the order on deck. That would be Jackson Tyre. Here's the pitch. And that will get through. So Lesher is now part of the hit parade. That will leave only Joey Loyne as a starter who doesn't have a hit. Here comes Jackson Tyre. It's a 1 out, runner on first. Hit number 14 for Delaware.
Grounded out his last time up.
Lesher will take his lead.
Look out.
Ladies and gentlemen, did he miss him? No, he missed him. That'll get away. Almost hit him. He bent over and didn't get hit. So it'll be a wild pitch. Runner moves to second. This came close. Just over the top. 1-0. The pitch. Missed low, 2-0.
Alex Riley joins you tomorrow for doubleheader baseball.
Marty will be back for Championship Sunday. Get you a chance to rest. 3-0 the count. Mark is set. Here's a pitch. Ball 4. Walked him. That'll bring up, make sure here, is it Ludman? Yep, still Ludman, first baseman. Single, hit by a pitch. Single. Flew out to center field and walked. This is his 6th at-bat. So runners on first and second now for the Blue Hens with 1 out. Big cut there. He missed it. 0-1.
Still have a couple of folks in the chairs hanging out there on the lawn. Probably holding a seat for tomorrow, you think?
Fouled it, went off.
One of those deals where, hey, here's $5, save my seat. You know?
0-2. So there is some action for William and Mary. Luke Calverick is now throwing.
Boy, we expect an electric atmosphere for both games tomorrow.
That's high. 1-2. Again, that winner's bracket game at 11 o'clock. Charleston, UNCW. The winner will then be only 1 win away from winning the championship, which will be decided on Sunday. 1-2. Inside, 2-2. If we get another hit batter, we'll hit double digits. We're at 9.
Look inside that Tribe bullpen.
2-2. Oh, he took this one to right field.
If it's fair.
Ludman, and it just ran out of juice. The right fielder rush. I think everybody thought that was going to go. And there are 2 away. Boy, I think Ludman thought he had taken that out the way he hit it. Nice job by Rush to stay with it.
A little breeze towards left may just be enough to hold it up. A lot of ballparks in this league that does not hold. We'll have a change at catcher and an opportunity just to recognize.
Whit Scafidi is coming in to catch. Yeah, William and Mary just giving a nice round of applause to that young man, Nate Goranson, who did a great job. So they'll give a couple of warm-up tosses so Scafidi can get used to being out there. He is a sophomore from Penn Laird, Virginia. Went to Bryan and Stratton before William and Mary. That was a nice, yeah, Marty, as soon as that ball was hit, I thought it was gone from Ludman. So this will bring up, is it still Joey Lloyd? He also is the one of them looking for a hit here. I think he's the last hitter for Delaware who does not have a hit that started. He's got runners on first and second, 2 outs. That pitch way outside. 1-0. It's just been one of those nights for William and Mary. It started quickly for Delaware and just got out of hand quickly. Got the outside corner, 1-1.
Talked about players playing their last game. Gorson, catcher, senior. Nice touch, allowing him to get that curtain call.
1 ball, 1 strike. Foul ball right side. That'll go out of play. And the count now 1-2. Lloyd tonight has flown out to right. Walked, and struck out. So again, we're back tomorrow at 11. We'll be on at about 10:55 on Flow Baseball with the winner's bracket game, Charleston and UNCW. Swing and a miss, got him. That will end the inning. We have completed 7. It is 18-3 Delaware. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball. Welcome back. Here we go with our Jersey Mike sub-above play of the game. It was in the second inning. And this triple that, boy, I tell you, the center fielder did everything he could to get it. Drove home 3 runs. And Delaware was just rolling at that time, Marty.
Yeah, that was a 4-0 ball game before that big base hit. And that kind of set the tone. First 3 runs of a 9 spot in the second. There's the line score. 4-9, 1-2. And another 2 spot in the 7th. That's a week's worth of offense.
I tell you, more changes now. Jackson Tyre has moved to left field for Delaware, and Jake Dunyan is in center. I believe that's it.
But wouldn't you think, I mean, Delaware's got to be a confident team.
Oh, yeah, they're going to feel good
tomorrow.
coming back tomorrow at 3. And their bats have been good. They lead 18-3. This ball is hit to right center field. Well, as soon as the new guy comes in, he's got to make a play, and Dunyan does. There's one away. That'll bring up Trey Chrisman, who has been on base twice tonight, double and a walk. He scored 2 runs. He's had a good night. Top of the 8th, 18-3 Delaware. Again, we'll have the 11 o'clock winter bracket game, Charleston, UNCW. Then at 3, it'll be Delaware against the loser of that game. Swing and a miss. And of course, then the winner of that second game then will move to Sunday.
And those start
they'll have to win too.
Yeah, the start times are still to be determined. League office will make those announcements tomorrow with solid base hit up the middle.
Second one of the night for a hit for Chrisman. Single, and now he had a double, now a single. And that'll bring up Seguin, who's had a couple of hits tonight. He's been on base all 3 times too. I tell you, the bottom of the lineup's performed well for William and Mary. Flew out to center. So there's 1 out. Pitch outside. Yeah, this is hard for the official scorer with all these changes that they're making. Trying to keep up to date with who's where.
What's he think? This is a Nationals game or something? I mean, you know.
1-0 the count.
They make lineup changes at this level.
Yeah, he's used to having like 3 guys around him that say, Mr. Tritabo, this has happened.
Exactly. And a caterer.
Oh, and a caterer, really. Nice. 2-0 the count. Left field foul, out of play. Runner on first is Chrisman. 1 out. We're in the top of the 8th, 18-3 Delaware. Strike. 2-2. Yeah, you mentioned the atmosphere. We're going to should have a heck of a crowd out here for that first game tomorrow.
It's going to be a great doubleheader.
Missed 3-2. And Delaware's had a really good contingent that have been here supporting their squad. And of course, they'll be back. They get another day in Wilmington at the beach. 3-2. 1 out. Left field, this one goes. Tyre, who just moved over to left, makes the catch, and they're 2 away. That turns it over to Henry Jackson. Been on base 1 time with a walk. So 2 away with the runner at first. Margolis on in relief of Ethan Schaub, who did the job tonight for the Blue Hens.
So it looks like Delaware will get through this night with just 2 pitchers in the book.
Off speed there, and he missed it. 1-1. Fouled it off behind the plate. Right side, that's out of play. Just missed the lights up there. We had one got knocked out earlier in this tournament. 1-2. Parker on deck if they could get to him. Well, we have hit double digits. 10th hit Well, he took it to left field. De Los Santos takes it out. 3-run homer as a way to wrap up a career.
Yeah, I'll tell you, and he's had some good swings. You could see the frustration earlier because he hit that bullet that was caught down at third.
So that makes it 18-7.
Yeah, and he's enjoying the trip around the bases.
That's home run number 14 for De Los Santos. Yeah, that's a way to close out a career for that young man. You can see the emotion as he is hugging other players. And it looks like Delaware is going to make a move to the bullpen. We'll get a new pitcher. Here's the well, he didn't get the grand slam, Marty, because of that wild pitch, but you knew he wanted to come up and do something.
Yeah, and he knew it as soon as it left the bat.
Look how emotional he is, too. But the whole team has come out of the dugout. So we'll get a new pitcher for Delaware. We'll wait and see who this is. 43. This is Wyatt Nelson. So he'll come in and try to finish it up. (18-7) as we come back and look at the emotion there for Joe De Los Santos. The players, I mean, this is the end of a career here, and that was a huge hit for him. As you mentioned, Marty, he'd been hitting the ball hard tonight, just nothing to show for it. So it's 18-7, and we've got a new pitcher. It's Wyatt Nelson, who comes on for Delaware.
You just see college baseball at its best. Again, these guys have spent so much time together. Cap it off with that. Here's Wyatt Nelson, the right-hander from Wilmington, Delaware.
The other Wilmington.
I lived in Wilmington for a while. Both Wilmingtons now.
Got you. Anthony Greco has been on base all 4 times tonight. Walk, single, hit by pitch, walk. First pitch is dropped in for ball 1. So 18-7 the score now. We're in the top of the 8th inning. William and Mary scoring 6 runs in the last 2 innings. That's high. 2-0. That ball hit to left field. Tyre is going to get there. What a run and catch by Jackson Tyre. That will end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 18-7 Delaware. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball. Bottom of the 8th inning, CAA Baseball Championship being brought to you by Primus. Stop using a bank that's stuck in the 1990s. Welcome to banking as it should be. Visit primusbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC. And by Ticket Smarter, the official ticket resale partner of the CAA. Think smarter, think Ticket Smarter. Jim Woodmeyer, Marty Fuhrer, our entire crew, thanks for being with us. 18-7. Delaware. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and we have another pitcher, Luke Calveric, comes in now for William and Mary. And this young man, a sophomore from Richmond, Virginia, transferred from Radford. So he will face, should be Donati, Fry, and we'll see. Walmsley batted for Stewart, but I don't know if they might bring somebody else up for. So bottom of the 8th inning, 18-7 Delaware, as they get set to move on and play the loser of the winner's bracket game tomorrow at 3 o'clock. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Calveric set, and here's his pitch. High again, 2-0. $25 runs and 21 hits. This afternoon they had 22 runs and 21 hits. The theme has been a lot of hits in this championship so far.
It has.
And a lot of runs.
And earlier today, a lot of walks.
The 3-0 pitch. Strike called there, 3-1. Fouls it off left side, out of play, and the count is full now, 3-2. Pitch outside, ball 4. So Donati walks. So far for Delaware in this tournament, this is their 3rd game. They've scored 31 runs, Marty, total.
Yeah.
So here's Fry.
Another opportunity to recognize a senior.
Another curtain call coming here. The second baseman, Trajani, will come out and be replaced by Corey Adams.
Just a classy movie.
Yeah, this is really, I love to see this. Chance to be saluted by his teammates. And Trajani, of course, graduate student, so this is it for him. And now we'll get the batter, Fry. Runner at first, nobody out here. Bottom of the 8th, 18-7 Delaware. That's high, 1-0. Calveric very deliberate out there on the mound. This ball hit in the right center field, and it will be caught by the right fielder. Nice job by Rush to get over there, 1 away.
Rush, of course, made that really nice play early on, that diving catch in right field to take a base hit. Extra bases away.
There's another curtain call. They're going to take De Los Santos out. And Lucas Carmichael will come in. Nice move here again. I tell you again, that was such important for De Los Santos. He got that home run. That was really cool. Young man who's meant a lot to this William and Mary program. So De Los Santos will come out. Chance for the fans to acknowledge him. There you see his teammates. De Los Santos saying hugging all his teammates on the way out. Brett Walmsley is up to bat. Yeah, here's his final hit for him, Matt. Oh, that's a good way to finish your career, Marty.
Yeah, he'll remember that one. As well as teammates.
Really nice job here by Mike McCray, the William & Mary head coach, to do this. He wants to salute these young men, and he should. So let's see. Well, the pitcher's standing around. Do we have somebody else that's going to come in, or no? I think we're ready. So Walmsley for the DH. Bouncing ball. It's going to be a tough play. Shortstop. Seguin throws to first. 2 away. Runner moves to second. And this will bring up the catcher, Diaz.
Catcher number 31, Jose Armando Diaz.
Top of the ninth for William Mary to be Rush, and then we'd have 2 of the guys that came in. Scafidi and Corey Adams scheduled, I believe.
Diaz hit safely his only time up.
So runner on second with 2 outs. Here's a pitch. Inside, ball 1.
Pinch hitter on deck, 30. Thank you.
1-0. Bouncing ball, first baseman. Is that a foul ball? Yes, it is. Good try there by Jackson, but the umpire said foul. 1-1.
No, it's not the same, but it reminds you. Remember the softball championship game about a week ago? Last inning, fair or foul?
Oh, yeah, that was a big play. Helped UNCW get the victory and win. 1-1 with 2 outs. That's a strike. 1-2 now. Jackson, I think, knew it was going to go foul. That's why he tried to grab it as quick as possible. Yep, no doubt that's foul. So 1-2 with 2 outs. And the pitch. That did it hit him? Yep. We got our 11th hit batter. All right, this has got to be a record. I'm sorry, I got to say. I don't know who can look it up. Marty, look that up.
It's a record.
Yeah, Marty says it's a record. We're going with it. Thank you, Marty. 11 hit batters, and we are going to have another pinch hitter. Colmary. Christian Colmary. He hasn't even had an official at-bat this year. He is also a pitcher. So here's a chance with 2 outs and 2 on. First pitch is a strike. 0-1. Marty, do you think you'd see a game with 25 runs, 21 hits, and 11 hit batters? Did you have that trifecta tonight? If you had that trifecta, that's something. 0-1 the count. Oh, he fouled that off his leg, and the count is 0-2. You know his teammates would love to see him get a hit here. They're all up in the dugout. So Calvary trying to get out of this and send us to the top of the ninth, 18-7, Delaware. Takes a look at the runners. Here's the 0-2 pitch, outside 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, and the pitch. Got him, struck him out. That'll send us to the 9th inning. 18-7 Delaware. We'll come back with the top of the 9th. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball. Welcome back. There you see the scoreboard here as we go to the top of the ninth. Delaware, it started off early for them. They took control, and they have been cruising 18-7. Top of the ninth, William and Mary will come up to bat against Wyatt Nelson. We do have a new center fielder, and I didn't hear the numbers, so see if Ben can give me that again. Oh, okay, so Donati is going back to center. So who's in right? Okay, there you go. So there's Tyre, and then Colmary is now back over in right. Okay. Oh, he's in left. Oh, gosh, good Lord. This card is crazy. Colmary in left, Tyre in center.
We're showing it to you, my friend.
I got you, and I'm just looking. I know, I'm just looking. So who's in right? I feel like I'm doing the who's on first thing here. So who'd you say was in right field, Ben? The same guy. Did not. Okay. All right, here we go. Top of the ninth, 18-7. Nelson first pitch to Christian Rush is a strike, 0-1. So again, it started early for Delaware, and they have been in cruise control, up 18-7. Fouls that one off right side, and the count is 0-2. So,
and again, when you look at it, obviously they're not going to go home with the championship, but a very successful weekend of baseball for this William and Mary team, fighting their way out of the losers bracket, facing elimination games.
They're going to finish the season 32-26. 1-2 the count on Rush. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off, and we'll do it again.
And they qualified for the tournament the last weekend of the regular season.
Yes, that is correct. They had to beat Campbell, final game, to make the tournament. Yeah, I think their head coach, Mike McCray, I mean, of course, he'll be disappointed, but he's got to be really proud of these young men, and he should be. High there, 2-2.
And you can tell he's got some quality kids on that team.
Wyatt Nelson trying to finish it off for Delaware. 2-2, nobody out here in the top of the ninth. And the pitch. Missed, 3-2, so we go full count. Scafidi is on deck. Full count pitch. Ball 4. Rush is on. Here comes Scafidi. 38th at bat this season. He's had 9 hits. Bats .243. Scafidi came in, replaced Goranson at catcher. Pitch is high, ball 1. And on deck will be another young man who came in, Corey Adams. Replaced Trajani at second. So he'll get an at-bat. 1-0 the count. That's a strike, 1-1. 18-7 in favor of the Blue Hens. One pitch. High, 2-1. Foul ball right side, out of play. The count goes to 2-2.
So it sounds like the record is 12 hit by.
Oh, is that what it is?
Pitch.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
No,
that.
that's the record. That's
got
the
you.
collegiate record.
Record is 12. Okay. Well, we're close. 2-2. That's happened in 2 games.
If I remember, one was
South
South Florida
and UCF. Yeah. Marty's acting like he knows this. This is great. What was the other one, Marty? Do you remember?
New Mexico State.
And Nevada? That is correct. It's unbelievable. I don't know how you knew that. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. 3-2 the count. People are saying, boy, that Marty is really smart, isn't he? That's amazing how he's come up with that. Were you calling that game? Marty's had to sit down. 3-2 the count. It's been a long day for you, too, Marty.
It has.
Bouncer up the middle. Base hit. First and second for William and Mary.
Tribe keeps battling.
That's what you, as a coach, you got to love. Here's Corey Adams. Sophomore from Richmond. He's batting 120. He's had 50 at-bats and had 6 hits.
Give credit to our production staff, research department for that fact.
We have a research department? That's impressive. I like it. First and second, nobody out. That pitch got the inside corner, 0-1. Top of the 9th inning, it's 18-7 Delaware. But William and Mary is not going to go quiet. On deck is Trey Chrisman. That's ball, bounced away, but Diaz blocked it. Count 1-1. Nelson again ready. Just 3 pitchers for Delaware. That's a strike. 1-2. Ethan Schaub really did the job.
Yeah.
And as Marty said, I mean,
gave him 6 innings.
It was an early big lead, and then for Delaware, you could sit there and think, all right, let's think about what's going to happen tomorrow now. We can try to not use many guys here.
But he did a great job throwing strikes.
That ball gets away from the catcher, and they'll just move the runners to second and third. Be a wild pitch. So now a chance here for Adams to drive home a couple. 2-2 is the count with nobody out. Fouled it off, stays alive. Nice job by the ball runner out there. They call him the Gazelle. 2-2. That's high. 3-2. Full count. Chrisman on deck has had a good night tonight. He's doubled, singled, and walked. He's been on base 3 times. So 3-2. You know, Delaware's coaching staff's got to be saying, Wyatt, just throw strikes here. Fouled it off, stays alive.
Yeah, they'll get late night getting back to the hotel. Get ready for tomorrow.
8th pitch of the at-bat here for Adams. But again, at least since they're not scheduled to go till 3, they get at least a break and can sleep in some. This ball hit to right field. Going back is Donati, and he'll make the catch, and that will score a run. So a sacrifice fly. 18-8. 1 out. Here comes Chrisman with the runner on second. For UNCW in Charleston, playing at 11, probably have to be out the ballpark here no later than, what, we think, 8:39?
Yep. Charleston was here working out a little bit before this game, after the showers, working in the indoor facility.
Again, one of those teams will have to play twice tomorrow. Strike called to Chrisman.
Of course, both teams were going through their regular pregame warm-ups until they found out that the game's been moved to tomorrow.
Strike 2. Seguin on deck. 18-8. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Delaware on top. Ball hit to right field, and again, Donati makes the catch. There are 2 away. So that brings up Seguin, who has been on base 3 times. Single, walk, single, and then he flew out to left field. Delaware needs 1 more to move on. That pitch way outside, 1-0. At the inside corner. One ball, 1 strike. Just missed inside, 2-1. Inside, we almost tied a record. 3-1. Nelson trying to finish this off with 2 outs. Runner on second for William and Mary here, top of the 9th. Swing and a miss, down to their final strike. Full count with 2 outs. Now the Delaware contingent that are here get behind Wyatt Nelson. Want to see this one finished off. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Strike 3 call. That'll wrap it up. So Delaware will win it. They will move into the next game at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Elimination game against the loser of UNCW and Charleston. The season will end for William and Mary. The final score 18-8. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap it up from Brooks Field. This is the 2024 CAA Baseball Championship on Flow Baseball.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices it right in front of you. The authentic Jersey way. You can't fake that. And look, you can fake a lot of stuff these days. You can fake my outfit, but you can't fake freshly sliced turkey. You can fake these haunches, but you can't fake freshly sizzled bacon. Nay, you just can't fake a freshly sliced Jersey sub. It's nice to be back in my real body. Number 13, please. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
So the final tonight, 18-8. Delaware wins it. Time of the game, 3 hours, 3 minutes. The winning pitcher is Schaub. He goes to 4-2. Lippman goes to 0-2 with the loss. 615 people